Well. I want to welcome everybody from across borders outside Africa, within Africa, parts of Europe, Asia, different continents to Power Hub for data analysis and management. I will quickly do an introduction of where, and after that, I'm going to give us very quick overview of why we have the channel, and then after that, I'll also take us through what is it that we are here to learn. So first of all, my name is Engineer Kevin Ochieng Odhiambo, a software engineer, also doubling up as a data scientist and a data engineer. So I am a corporate trainer, international corporate trainer in data analysis and management. I have trained over 36 countries as of today in Africa and beyond. I have trained almost all, if not a good number of all the international NGOs, government organizations, parastatals, individuals, and even institutions. It's been my pleasure to ensure that we can harness the power of data analysis as an organization, as an individual, or as an institution, or even as a government. One of the most important thing is that we need to make decisions. Making decisions is inevitable. Now, for us to make accurate decisions, we need data. And that is why I always mention that every single industry need data. So basically, my work here is to emphasize that, whatever we are going to learn is going to be progressive. We are not going to do a crash program on one video. For me to maintain, the level of understanding with the audience, I'll be breaking down these videos into different modules, sections. Just before I proceed, I want to note that it's due to the demand that most of the people that have been mentoring in line with data analysis and management, they've requested if we can do video to help them master whatever we've learned in class full time. Now, all these videos will be available online for free to everyone. There might be limits over time, but I don't want to project when. But I want to say that this is going to be free. Now, these are premium knowledge that I'm sharing with my audience. Um, because if I was to charge it, I think most of you knows how hefty this course will cost. 5 days, around 1,200 US dollars, up to 1,500 US dollars, or even higher, depending on intensity of the course. So it's within your benefit that you're listening to this, and I hope you're going to learn more. We are going to interact through the comment sections. When we'll be using documents, I'll be sharing them also through the links, websites that I'll be having. So we'll be learning quite a number of tools. We'll be learning Power BI, we'll be learning Excel, we'll be learning Stata, SPSS, we'll be learning ODK, Honor, Survey CTO. Basically, I want us to have a walkthrough from, mobile data collections, going down to data analysis, data cleaning, data management, and even data visualizations. So we'll be doing these tools, and I will try to make it an habit to ensure that I load these videos over time. So I will also have community in WhatsApp. So primarily this community will contain data scientists or people that have interest in making informed decision through data. So what will happen is that most of you will be added to that group. It's all for your interest. So if you want, you'll be added to that group where you can engage professionals in data analysis. We'll be sharing knowledge, we'll be engaging, we'll be talking, so that by the end of the day, we can cumulatively, provide solutions to one another when we have challenges, and I'll be able to provide bulk feedback and even bulk solutions to most people that will be available in that group. Basically, that is an overview as to why we have, this data hub that we are having here. And basically, as to who am I? So, I want to say that data is used in all industries. We are not lying on that. All industries. I don't know if you have any industry that do not use data to make decisions. If we start from finance and banking, they use data to do modeling, to do risk analysis. We have financial reporting. We talk of marketing advertisements. They still use data to, do campaign analysis, customer segmentations, budget management. We talk of sales and retail. We talk of real estate. We have hospitality and tourism. We have healthcare, consulting and professional services. We have people in education and research, nonprofit and government. We have technology and IT services, and we also have, energy and utilities industry. We have quite a number of industries, automotive and transport. We have agriculture and then agribusiness. Now, all these industries, what I want to say is that they use data to make decisions. The main work for data is to make decisions. So that was just but an introduction of data. In 7 minutes, quite a lot of time. I want us to move. The main reason as to why we are on this module is to introduce Power BI. So after having just because it's my first video, I had the privilege of introducing everything being the first video. So we are going to start with Power BI as a very powerful, interesting visualization tool. So today I just want to, give you an overview of everything that we are going to learn in Power BI. What is going to make you come from somebody who has never used Power BI until being in a position to develop powerful interactive dashboards that can be used across different organizations. So I want us to now kick into the introductory aspect of Power BI. Again, my name is Engineer Kevin Ochieng. So I want us to, this is the only slide, or this is the only presentation that we are going to have slides. After this, all others will be practical based. You'll be able to follow through with me as I do one by one, step by step, until we become masters in this area. So I want to move straight to what will we be covering in this and how many modules will we be having. So we have a number of modules. We are going to be discussing through them. So in Power BI, we are going to understand what is this tool called Power BI. So I will be explaining in the first module after this in detail. So ensure you watch the next module if you are interested in Power BI so that you get to understand what is Power BI. Also, in the next module, we will be learning how do we install Power BI and how do we set up Power BI desktop. We have different the BI versions. There's one we call Fabric. I will be able to explain to us all of that and how do we set them up. So in the same module one, we'll also be learning the interface of Power BI. How do we navigate from one point to another? And what is the name of those navigation options in Power BI? So that will be module one. Now we will move to module two. So after module one, we will take a break and then introduce module two. So module two basically will be focusing on data connections. How do we get data into Power BI. Now we have Power BI is one tool that have over 100 data sources, and we will be seeing how can we connect these data sources. How can we connect these data sources together with Power BI for automation purposes? Talk of Salesforce, talk of Excel, talk of SQL, you know, talk of PDF, talk of Kobo, talk of ODK. How can we connect them to give us real time connections? To give us real time connections. So we will be looking into that. We'll be looking into that. So we will also be learning a bit of data types. What are some of the major data types used in Power BI? So we'll be able to learn that on our module 2. So it's going to follow procedures. So after that one, we'll move to module 3, which will be our third video, where we are going to focus on data preparations. So data preparations is basically on data cleaning, where we are going to be learning tools, advanced cleaning tools like Power Query. So how can we clean data? How can we remove duplicates? How can we deal with blanks, errors? How can we do all those splitting, merging, and even formatting columns? So we are going to learn data cleaning in Power BI as our module 3. It's going to be intensive and explicit to ensure that you understand each and every step. Then we'll move to module 4, where we are going to learn on, how can we develop basic visuals. So we're not going to learn just basic visuals. We're going to learn almost all visuals. And, how do they apply? How do we build them? How do we work on them? We are going to use filters and slices in Power BI. So what makes dashboards when you combine them? And then we will be able to learn how to develop dashboards from scratch. So in module 4, we are actually not going to build a dashboard, but just going to learn a few basics. Then once we are done with Power BI, we'll now be developing a dashboard for anyone who will be having interest on this video. So I don't know which criteria we will use to choose somebody who have a dashboard that they'd want us to build, and they'll be okay sharing the progress with us, so that I'll be developing that dashboard as I train, so that by the time we are done with that dashboard, it will be a complete video, and that person will also have his own product. So I don't know the criteria we will use to choose that person, but well, if you'll be lucky, ensure you engage me on the comment section most of the time, and even in the community in the WhatsApp group that we'll be having. We'll move to module 5, and basically this will focus on data modeling. We'll be dealing with a lot of relationships, one to one, many to many, many to one to many. How can we model data? We'll be checking on the schemas, the snowflakes. We'll be talking of normalizations, but denormalizations, and what are the priorities when dealing with normalizations. So that will be focusing on data modeling. Might be a little bit technical for a beginner, but we'll ensure that it's digested. So that's the roadmap. Now, module 6, we are going to learn what we call, some people call it DAX, some people call it DAX, and the full name is data analysis expressions. So we are going to be writing some DAX, and this is the point where you start now feeling like, Power BI is not my thing. It's just easy as functions in Excel. So how can we write simple, DAX? We have measures, calculate the columns. We're going to learn things like some average. How can we, use our data to generate some other variables that is helping us to summarize, to filter, to, do all that. So we'll be learning DAX at module 6. And module 7 is visualizations. How are we able to do drill throughs, creating advanced visuals, doing KPIs, gauge cards, using bookmarks, to do in-page navigations, using tooltips, and also we are going to see through the storytelling procedures. How can we achieve that? Then module 8, we are going to design dashboards. So at the module 8, now here's where we'll start the dashboard that one of the viewers will be lucky enough to have a privilege to share with us his data, as long as it's not critical, so that we can develop for him or her a dashboard fully by the end of this course. Then module 9 will be looking into some of the advanced data analysis expressions. We have lookup functions here. Calculate the functions, we'll be able to calculate all of them. Time intelligence functions, so we'll be able to look that in module 9 as we grow. Then on performance and optimizations, even as we finalize on the models that you're having, how do we ensure that as much as we build huge model, how is it fast? Why do we need to upload a few images, for example, or some light images, to ensure that our models are not very huge in size to hinder the refresh time? On the model 11, that is the last model, on the model number 11, that is the last model of this conversation, we are going to learn on the Power BI services. So this is also another interesting one. The Power BI services, another interesting one. So on the Power BI services, we are basically going to learn we are going to learn security. How do we implement access levels? How do we do integrations for BI? How do we publish our data? Can we create models, semantic models in Power BI services? Or can we even create dashboards in Power BI? So we are basically going to learn that as well. So that is what I have for us in store for this one. So this was just to do an introduction of what we expect from Power BI. So one thing I've promised is that one person is going to give us his data. By the end of the day, we are going to use the data to develop a dashboard. So if you feel like you are willing to do that, we are going to release the criteria soon on how you can win that slot, so that be ready with your data. You can share it. If it's not confidential, then I'll be sharing the contact details for the same as we move forward. So ensure you subscribe, turn on notifications, because these videos will be dropping in. If you want to engage me, do that in the comment section. I'll also be dropping links for the WhatsApp community where we can even engage more directly. So for now, I'll have to say bye. And when we meet next, we are going to start, or to get started, with Power BI. Thank you, and see you in the next video for Module 1, getting started with Power BI.